or his parents can't.
It was senior day for the Sooners. 14 players honored prior to the Baylor game, including Jason White, who threw for 307 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, as the Sooners go to 11-0. All of the highlights of OU's win over Baylor next on Sooner Football 2003.
Angle to the right. Fake. Here's the look. A lob pass in the end zone. And touchdown, Oklahoma. A lot of this. And he's right out of the body. And he's sacked. He is sacked. Sooner fans, about 30,000 in attendance, cheering their team as Oklahoma is the 89th Rose Bowl game champion.
At the 9-yard line to the 10, and a 51-yard kick to the 20, to the 25, 30. Oh, what a great run to the 40. He can go all the way. 50. Oh, it's blocked. Straight block. Big straight block this into the end zone. And the Sooners are going to recover it for a touchdown. White, short drop, looks down the middle, lobs a long pass downfield. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And the Sooners are Big 12 champions. Tremendous.
And the Sooners aren't Big 12 champions like that yet, but they are Big 12 South champions. 11-0, as you heard, 41-3 winners over Baylor. Coach, congratulations once again.
Thanks, Dean. We very pleased with another good, solid win. Puts us in a great position again to pursue the goals that we're after, and that's championships. We've earned the right to play in the Kansas City for the Big 12 championship. That's special. You know, that's our first and primary goal, to win it. And so we've taken another step closer to that. Also, a great day out here in our last home game for our seniors.
Right.
Fifth-year seniors or fourth-year seniors, a great group of guys. So many of them came here when we had not won any games.
Sure.
You know, our first recruiting class, and after following 5 straight losing seasons here at Oklahoma, and then these guys come in, trusted us, and you know, said we develop a strong program, and what those guys have done for the last 4 and 5 years is remarkable when you count up the victories, the championships, and in the position we're in today. And again, most of the credit really should go to those players for laying the foundation.
Well, certainly the biggest resurrection in OU football history, and one of the greatest in college history. And like you said, those guys had to have faith in you. You had to go out and recruit people that I think the experts thought were way down the Big 12 in terms of how high they were, how well they were expected to play. So it was a combination of things.
That's how they came in, maybe down the list,
right,
ranked
exactly.
8th or 9th in recruiting classes, and now it's, if you rank that class at the end, you throw in that first recruiting class Josh Heupel, right, Torrance Marshall, Quentin Griffin.
Yeah.
That class was pretty good, and won a lot of games, and great character group of guys that have really established a great foundation here with character, work ethic, you know, a humility to them, and while still having a great deal of confidence.
And talent.
And a lot of talent. So it was fun. Here you see Don Key, and he's our 2 Don Key Award winners. Ronaldo Works and Corey Klein, 2 guys out of Tulsa, 2 senior captains, really remarkable young men, great students, just a great example for all of our players. They're exactly what you want in a student athlete when you go recruiting.
And there's President Boren back there, Joe Castiglione, and the award is really for excellence on and off the field. Don Key, a special former player.
That's right, and most inspirational senior, really,
right,
also.
Yeah.
And those guys, Corey.
So you couldn't pick one. You went
No, it was
2.
tough. Those 2 guys really stuck out, and to be honest with you, all the seniors, we almost did another situation like we did in 2000. We just couldn't, you know. But in the end, Corey Klein and Ronaldo Works just have some really exceptional character, and a few other parts, you know, when you look at their grades, their academics, and
right,
the hard work that they've put in and what they've contributed, they just stuck out.
You're going to have to pardon me, in 2000, what did you do?
We had the entire senior class
is that
award
right,
winners,
for the award?
because it was absolutely impossible.
Yeah.
But, you know, and it was hard this year, but these 2 guys just stuck out a little bit.
All right, let's talk about the game yesterday, Bob. 41-3 the final. First half, really good playing. Second half, would love to hear your evaluation, but overall, your thoughts.
Well, it's a great win when you come out and you get a big lead in the first half. It tells you that we came out ready to play. We were prepared, focused like we always want to be, and we did that. You don't build that kind of a lead at halftime without it. I don't care who you're against. Second half, we didn't execute as well as we would like, give Baylor credit. They continued to play well and play hard and made some plays. And so in the end, we still end up with a good, solid win. We've got a lot we still have to work on. And I think it also, you know, it just demonstrates that you have to always be on top of your game if you're going to continue to produce like we have in the last several weeks.
And it also shows, I guess, the expectation level for the Sooners is here, undefeated and headed to the Big 12 championship game after Texas Tech. Stay with us. We'll go to first quarter highlights when we return.
Oh, that's big. That was, you know, one of our big goals this year, and for us to come out and play like we did, to win the game like we did, it's good for us.
It's special, you know. It's something that we, you know, we focus on. That we talked about on the sidelines when they had some drives on us, and we're getting some things, and we were out of our gaps, and you know, we came off the field and, you know, kind of reminding each other, hey, you know, we haven't given up a touchdown, and let's not start right now. You know, let's not do it today. So it's been a lot of just coming every day ready to prepared and ready to play. Baylor did some good things with us, moving the ball on us, and we'll go back and look at the film and see how they try to attack us. But overall, you know, we feel pretty good about it.
Oh, it's great. It's great to wrap up the South, but, you know, this team, I think we know that we got, you know, more things to focus on than just wrapping up the South. You know, we got a game next week. It's going to be a tough game, an away game, and then we got the Big 12 championship after that. So, you know, we know our season's not over yet, and we got plenty of things to focus on.
It's kind of interesting to watch Jason there because it looks crowded, and it really is. There are about 20, 30 media there just converging on him. Defensively, though, another game, what, 3 straight under 200 yards?
Yes, as a third straight game without giving up a touchdown, and the third straight game of not giving up 200 yards, and that's exceptional in this league. I don't care who you're playing to do that. They've really playing in a great way, and I appreciate Jason's comments. You could tell he's a captain. Nobody's jumping up and down in the locker room knowing, you know, that we've won the South and we're going to play in the Big 12 championship game, because we realize we're after so much more. You know, this week with Texas Tech and then a Big 12 championship game, and these guys do have their eyes on a possible national championship, so we're shooting for more.
People are going to see this first half in a minute, and we talk about the Heisman kind of off and on, and I know it's something you'd like to see him get, but it's not the focus of him and maybe even the team. But he does some things here early in this game, Bob, that only pro quarterbacks can do.
Absolutely. When you see some of his early throws here in the seam route to Brandon Jones, some of these deep balls that are thrown are just exceptional, throwing exactly where they need to be, nice, easy balls to catch. Just remarkable the way he came out and opened up this game to get us a huge lead, 34 to what were we, 34 to 3 at halftime. That's right. Pretty sharp.
Yeah, it is. Let's go to the highlights, and we start with those seniors you talked about a little bit earlier, Bob.
Corey Klein and his family. There's Lance Donnelly, Adam Painter, and Smokey Hurst, Pasha Jackson, a bunch of great guys here. Ronaldo Works, Sean Ferrier, Matt McCoy.
What a great game for him.
And Jared Estes, who's overcoming a thumb surgery, and Michael Thompson, Jason White, and Teddy Lehman.
Wow, what a group, huh?
Brandon Everidge. He's played a lot of games. He and there's Derek Strait, started more games in 4 years than any Sooner in the history of this program. That says a lot.
This guy can run kicks back.
They did a nice job. You see, we missed a tackle, and then a couple of guys just overran it, and Trey DiCarlo ends up making it, but you don't want him starting on the 33 very often.
That was Robert Quiroga for Baylor.
There's Gayron Allen, good strong stop to start with. He and Teddy Lehman. Third and short right here. You see Brodney Poole slide in there and almost intercept that ball. Really nice play. Teddy Lehman put a little hurt on him, I think, too.
Bob, you started, I don't know the number, but 3 and outs early in the games. It's been a real good start for you.
Yes, and yeah, we have started off really well. There's Antonio with gets a good pickup.
They stacked the line, didn't they?
They wanted to, yeah, they really crowded the line with the number of safeties, defensive backs to help support the run, and you know, which is, you know, allows us, you know, some throwing opportunities. Watch this pass right there between 2 defenders. Jason White right up the streaking Brandon Jones right up the seam. Look at that tight ball, and look at it right over the outstretched hands of the Baylor defender, and a great catch, great throw, great execution.
Sooners once again will cap this one score a touchdown, and it's been phenomenal what's happened this season.
There's a good run right here. Sets up this play action. Run nice corner route, and look at again the perfect throw to Brandon Jones, just over the outstretched hand again to the Baylor defender, and puts a perfect pass in there right on the money. Look at the perfect spiral. Comes right down at the corner of the pylon, and it's a way to start off with a touchdown and great execution. Didn't take too long.
No, Sooners go up 7-0. 5 plays, 82 yards, time of possession 2:04. It's Trey DeCarlo kicking off again.
I blew it
what'd
here
you
at the start. Well, he just hit a high ball, just trying to hang it up high and get the coverage down there. And we force a fumble right there, but they recover it.
But that's what you meant to do on the kickoff.
Yes, into the wind.
Yeah.
You know, and I blew it here on the coin toss. Of course, I asked our kickers and punters, I said, which way, you know, I had trouble early. I couldn't get a feel for what the wind was doing, and they said, oh, Coach, it's out of the south. And
Yeah,
well, it sure wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
It's the last time I'm going to ask them their advice.
Turn them around and show them those flags back there.
Well, the flags in pregame, though, weren't doing anything.
were they?
You know, so I figured they'd know. But there's a great stop by Brandon Everidge on 3rd and short. He gets up in there with some help from Derek Strait and Teddy Lehman on 3rd and short and makes a great stop. Good play there by Brandon.
Faithful Veda came in with a great kicking average.
Here comes Antonio trying to get something going, and we didn't have our return unit in on that, so he just got what he could. There they kind of pull us down by the face mask. They give us a 5-yard penalty, 1st and 5. And just not timed up between Mark and Jason. You don't see that very often, but they weren't coordinated on what was happening.
Was he thinking he was going to?
He's just going to react or look back for the ball sooner. And nice bootleg, you know, fake one-way boot, pull the ball and come out the other.
Nice day for Brandon Jones.
Nice day. Brandon's an excellent receiver for us. Good play right here. Good running with the ball after the catch.
Jones, 4 catches, 79 yards, a touchdown on the day.
Has one called back, too, after a holding penalty. Again, there you'll see, well, they're not going to show that over again, probably. There's a defender, that a pass rush guy that gets up and just kind of crowded Jason on the throw and made it tough for him to get the ball where he wanted to. Nice 3rd down pickup, though, here to Mark Bradley. Great execution on the boundary to pick up the 1st down.
Depth was needed with the wide receiver position, and you sure had it.
Play action pass, great play there. Look at a great catch by Mark Clayton, but again, a perfectly thrown ball right over you see the protection. Jason puts it up high, drops it over the defender, right where only Mark has a chance to get it over his right shoulder. Great play. Good catch, great throw, good protection for the quarterback.
And that was a record-setting play. That was the season record for touchdowns for Oklahoma, and it is a career receiving yardage record for Clayton.
There again, they get a pretty good return. Here they get a screen up inside on us. Well executed on their part. Brandon Everidge with a good tackle. Here, again, they call that a bootleg pass, fake it one way and roll out the other, and just got out of position a little bit on it.
Well, this play was well covered.
Good Derek Strait getting pressure off the corner, and really a small pickup on 3rd down. Doesn't get the 1st. Dante Nicholson with the tackle, and here they shank the ball out of bounds. I don't know if that was a 5-yard punt.
I think it was like an 8-yard punt. Again, that's a tribute to your return man.
Sometimes, yeah, they're trying to angle it away. It's not as easy to do as some people think it is. Here's a handoff to Mark Clayton around the corner. Does a nice job running with the football, and it's just like a hand sweep. See, we get Kelvin Shashan out in front of him, gets a nice block. He's trying to block 2 people, as you see Kelvin. Good hustle on his part. See Jason go all the way back to the opposite side of the field from where he started his reads. And again,
was
great
that the
execution.
3rd, Bob? Or
yes.
third
You see him on the looking front side. Nobody comes back to Will. Will goes in, comes back out. Jason puts the ball exactly where it should be on his way out after the slant pattern that he ran, and perfect execution. Great between the two of them. Here we're trying to get Dante Nicholson up the seam. And again, we don't show some of these plays over. You know, in the coach's version, you can see where, again, a defender is kind of right pushing up, you know, pushing one of our blockers up towards Jason, and he's not able to, you know, to settle in there and throw the ball like you'd want sometimes.
Clayton is as good as I've seen him catching the ball short of the marker and being able to pick it up.
He does do a great job. It's another excellent play there on third down. Going for the deep one right there, and they're hanging on Brandon Jones, so they give us a pass interference. And here they got the right blitz call for the play we've had, and they get us. Here we're trying a screen. That's knocked down. Third down. And again, they got a blitz on, and we're not able to execute the plays like we'd like. And Trey DeCarlo, again, been excellent on the year. He's got an opportunity to win the Grozo Award. Has really kicked the ball well all year. Another field goal there, perfect, and all his extra points, perfect. Really doing a great job for us.
10 plays, 51 yards, 3:11 it took to do that, and 17-0 Sooners.
There's Derek Strait coming.
Well, look like a great game for him.
Derek
say it every week, but
Derek had another. Yeah, he has a bunch of great days, and he had another great game. A bunch of tackles, and right there, he's coming out to the quarterback. You see how high Derek can jump. He gets up there, deflects the ball on third down again, and force him to punt. Yeah, Derek was all over yesterday. I think we're going to have a big return here. We've got a left return on, and we're on the corner. And boy, I thought we were going to score on this one. And Antonio, which isn't like him, somehow got tripped up and stumbled. And we had some blockers out in front. Again, you watch Jason Carter's out in front of him. I think Mark Bradley's going to come running up here. There's a nice block by Jason. Mark wasn't able to just get that last guy there that had an angle on Antonio.
Is his leg, did something happen to his leg on that play?
He just got a bruise on his hip, but he was okay. Nice play there. First play out, we run a wheel route. It's Jason, throw a perfect ball again right to the corner of the end zone. You see it go up and come right down, and Mark Clayton runs an excellent route. Great hook up between the two of them for a touchdown.
Only one man can catch that one, and he did. Oklahoma goes into the halftime locker room ahead, 24, first quarter. Not going into the locker room, just after the first quarter, 24-0. First play of the second quarter, 2nd and 10, Baylor at the 23-yard line.
Great play there by Gayron Allen with the tackle with a little help from Teddy Lehman. Here they catch us. Good tackle by Dante Nicholson, just caught us in the coverage, and we played it correctly. They just executed it well and had a good call on for what we were covering. And here they're going to go on a drive, good drive. 18 plays, or 16 or 18 plays, which is a long time, and you know, we haven't given up many like that. In fact, it's the longest one all year. See us miss a tackle, and he gets a few yards, and I think you get used to watching us 3 and out or getting turnovers,
right?
Which is okay. You know, they do a nice job executing on some plays where we'll miss a tackle or so, and that's all it takes. And they're working the ball a little bit. There's a third down play right there.
Bob, didn't you think that you win comfortably and the game is, there's no doubt after the first period that you're going to win it? This team at Baylor, though, you've got to compliment them for hanging in there.
Well, they play hard, and they've got good schemes. They're well coached. You know, I thought the quarterback was really an excellent competitor the way he played. And so, sure, you like always, you have to keep playing and making plays. Here they catch us in the third down. One of our extra DBs in there kind of went out for the pass too quick and didn't honor the draw, and they hand off the draw on third down for the first down. That's, you know, we got to be able to defend that. Good tackle right there, good defense. Here we come with the blitz. Dante, just misses that, tipping it, and that's well executed on their part. Got the ball out of there before we could close on them and made a nice play for them.
One of our guests, Rodney Poole, on the assist there a moment ago.
Nice play here by Jonathan Jackson and Teddy Lehman, Matt McCoy there helping.
Don't want to give up a touchdown.
No, our guys are antsy about that. And look at Derek Strait come shooting through off the corner on 3rd down and makes a great play. Watch him avoid the blocker. See him just dip outside the blocker and makes a great tackle in the backfield. What a great player.
4 solo tackles on the day for Strait. The field goal is good, and it was a long drive. 18 plays, 66 yards, and 8:28 on that possession. Mark Bradley on the return.
Gets a nice return here. You see Mark pushing it up and just about broke it. We had one guy right here that we didn't quite get and had an angle and runs Mark out. Still near a 50-yard return. Good blocking, excellent execution.
Well, he is a versatile player, and
yeah,
he's just a big playmaker.
Yeah, Mark can do a lot of things. He's got a lot of talent, and you know, we offensively he's making plays. Here, return-wise, he's making plays. Our other special teams, he's always in there. He's really been great out there making a lot of plays.
Sooners go 3 and out, and Baylor gets it back.
Good defense there. That's more like it. Good play again to Derek Strait and Teddy Lehman.
Teddy Lehman had 5 solo tackles, 7 assists, a big day, 12 tackles.
Great blitz right here. Watch Dante Nicholson on the blitz. Starts outside and comes inside and hits. Really should have been a fumble. He wasn't throwing that ball. It's just because when he hit him, the ball went forward, but he wasn't throwing it. But I guess, you know, it looked like it. Here's another punt that's shanked out of bounds. Again, when you try and aim it sometimes to the boundary, it's pretty tough to do. So I don't know, that was maybe a 10 or 15-yard punt. So we have the ball in great field position. And again, we're trying to throw a screen right there, and they sniff it out and pressured us and weren't able to execute it. Good protection there on the blitz. Picked up like it should be, and Juwan Rankins with the catch.
Well, that was a great block. I think it was Kewan Jones.
Yes. And there's a great catch on 4th down. We went for it on 4th, and that was 4th and 8 maybe. Or
4th and 8, right.
4th and 8, and Mark Clayton makes a great catch, and look, it sets this up. What a great catch there by Will Peoples. Great throw again by Jason. Good protection. He's going to pump. It's a double cut. Look at Jason lofted up there and right where it needs to be. Great catch by Will, and big play.
31-3, Will Peoples' condition, coach?
Yeah, he's a little banged up, but it should be, he'll probably be out maybe a week. And look at Matt McCoy there, a senior, in there replacing Brandon Everidge, and Matt does a nice job coming up in the flat, reads the quarterback, sees he's trying to throw the ball quick, and cuts underneath the receiver and makes a good catch and a good run.
Boy, he has to be one of your favorites, doesn't he, Bob? And to have a big day on senior day.
Yeah, Matt's he's been the product of a lot of points and all those field goals and extra points as well, and fakes. But he's played very good defense as well. Trying to get Mark around the corner, and they defend it well.
First time all year you've run those plays, isn't it?
Yes. Getting the ball to JD, and he's fighting his way. Look, he's close. He almost got it in. So we're forced to get a field goal here right at the end of half.
It'll be a chip shot, and Trey DiCarlo, 20 yards, good, and it's 34-3. Rodney Poole standing by, and running back Kewan Jones. Stay with us. Welcome back to the program. Dean Blevins and, of course, head coach Bob Stoops. And, Bob, you're always proud of your kids. You have 2 more great players and great kids.
Yeah, great guys. Kewan Jones to my left is a redshirt sophomore, right, Kewan? Yeah, I've been running tailback for us now for a couple of years, right out of Tulsa, Jenks High School, right?
Yes, sir.
Everybody remembers.
High school champs.
State champions. He remembers that big play he had at the end of the, right? Your senior year, right,
Yeah,
Kewan?
it was my senior year. It was about the 3rd game of the regular season, and I just caught a little slant across the middle and just took it to the distance.
Was that Union you were playing?
Yeah, it was our arch rival. It was kind of like the, OU Texas game.
Right, for those who don't know, Oklahoma high school football, it was the biggest game around the state, one of the biggest around the country, and quite a play toward the end of it.
And Brodney Poole, to your right, is a true sophomore from Houston, Texas, plays our strong safety position. And Brodney, I've had a chance to see you dunk the basketball at my house this summer over there for a cookout. What's your favorite dunk?
The windmill.
The windmill? How many steps does he? How many steps do you need to do your windmill dunk?
2.
Just 2 steps? You got a 42-inch vertical
42-inch vertical and 6'2".
Yeah.
So one of the reasons, though, that you have played so well, and we were talking about you closing on the ball. Tell us about what the position at strong safety requires and what you feel you do best.
Well, it requires you to just stay back deep and read the quarterback, and like the defensive line gets so much pressure, like they make it easy on me, and like I'm trying to ball hog.
Yeah, you just try to react.
Yes, sir.
Now you have such an athlete doing it, Bob. That's one of the things. Here we see some highlights.
What do you call that? How'd you read that so quickly, Brodney?
He just ran a little hook route. I was looking at the quarterback the whole time. He just eyeing him the whole time, and like I ran into Teddy.
Teddy knocked you around a little bit, didn't he? Is that one of your better tackles right there?
Oh, yeah.
He went down, didn't he?
Yeah, he went down.
Brodney, earlier in the year, we had you up in the front position where Dante Nicholson is playing now. How the switch putting you back deep, how has that gone for you?
Everything has changed. It's much better. Like, you don't have to think as much when you as back deep, and like, I know Dante.
He's got the hard part.
Yeah, he has the hard part now. Between me and Coach Mike, I don't get it anymore.
Yeah.
I like that, though, just watching the eyes of the quarterback. That's good.
Brodney does a great job of that. Kewan, yesterday, playing Baylor, they crowded the line, it seemed like, and we didn't hit the run game as hard as we normally do. But what do you think are some of the factors due to our success the entire year and the way we're running the ball so much better?
I just think it's just, starts with, our off-season program. Coach Schmitty, and Coach Egg, they just put a lot on us, for us to be a great running team. And, we run a lot over the summer, and, the offensive line, they put a lot of pressure on those guys, to open up the holes for us. And J.D. Reynolds, he's done a great job all year. And, we just, us as an offensive unit, we know we have to have the running game to, be a great team.
Sometimes people also think a running back, you want to be the only guy.
Right.
Isn't it nice to have a guy like Ronaldo or Dante Hickson to come in there and help you and let people know how tough it is to do it all yourself?
Oh yeah, it's a tough job. The Big 12 is probably the hardest conference in the league, and to have 3 great running backs, it's a great opportunity for you. So I have no problem, getting spelled by Ronaldo and Dante and those guys.
Is your style any different this year than it has been in the past? Has Cale Gundy worked on anything specifically with you?
I just think, just coach just want me just to come into practice and just work hard and, just keep running the ball hard, and just seeing the field a lot better and just trying to get upfield a lot harder.
Yeah, north and south. Yeah.
You got it, like you had talked about our offensive line, but you might tell the people too how we kind of scheme and change our looks and the way we run the ball maybe from week to week.
Oh yeah, we know the team is going to come in the game trying to stop us, so we try to throw teams off with a little bit of motion, and just things like that, and get Mark Clayton out there as a decoy sometimes, because we know they're keying on him a lot.
Now, how about if you catch Brodney caught you in the open field? Is he going to be able to get you or not?
I don't think so. I'm gonna try to outrun him or try to run him over.
How good's this guy?
It's really tough, man. He runs real hard. I know he's hard to tackle. I know during spring game, we used to talk a lot. We go back and forth at it.
How many steps do you need to dunk it? You need a little trampoline to dunk.
I'll probably need about 3 steps. Everybody don't think I can dunk, but I've had dunk before, though.
Have you?
Yeah. All right. Guys, thanks, and thanks for coming on. A great game and a great season so far.
Thank you.
All right. Stay with us. When we come back, we'll go to third quarter action on Benny Owen Field. Stay with us. Welcome back to the program. Bob, at halftime, I'm curious about the mood and what all you had to say, because the week before against A&M, I think you had 49-0 and then 34-3. combination there, 83-3 in the past 2 weeks.
Sure, and you know, what you want to do is just maintain focus and intensity, and you know, regardless of the score, because you still have to go out and play a half. You want to execute, and you want to you want to establish that consistency, and you want to be able to build towards your next game. And you know, we go out in the second half and we don't do that. We execute, you know, okay, but not in a way that we have been you know, have been playing in the first half of, you know, last week and this week, and so we're a little bit off, and that's all it takes sometimes.
Right.
But so in the end, again, you're just continually trying to establish momentum through a game and to finish a game and lead you into the following week. But still, you know, it's a good, solid game. You know, the second half, you'll get a lot of young players are going to play again,
Right.
and you know, do pretty well.
And not give up any touchdowns. So let's go back to the highlights. As we mentioned, 34-3 first half lead for the Sooners, and Oklahoma getting the ball to start the third quarter.
They knew which way the wind was blowing. They're smarter than I was, but. Let's start off with a short route to Brandon Jones, and another run here. Good run there by Kewan Jones. Gets it up inside for a decent gain. Here's third down. We're going to roll outside and nowhere to throw the ball. They pick up the route really well, and so we're forced to take a sack and pump the football. Good defense there, Matt McCoy. Teddy Lehman with a good, strong tackle.
Bob, there's only 3 guys left for the Butkus, and for the second year in a row, Teddy Lehman's one of them.
Sure, he's a great player. Our leading tackler on the team, and that says a lot. Leading tackler on the team right now that's, I guess, #1 in total defense in the country, and Teddy's playing great. Another strike there, Jason White to Mark Bradley for a first down.
That was on 3rd and 7.
Yes, he had a bunch of great third down throws, and you see right there the pressure we got off the corner. I don't know, if we show this again, our lineman was being pushed right back into Jason. That's all it takes sometimes to throw off your timing and the precision of a route and a pass.
Still was in the vicinity where your guy had a chance.
Yeah, but not how you normally see him. That one's just overthrown, and
he's human.
Forced to punt. That's right. You don't see it very often.
Baylor gets it back on the 20-yard line.
Ball just barely gets outside of us, and Tommy Harris and Gayron Allen initially there.
Armstrong, a pretty nice runner.
Yeah, he does a nice job for them.
But again, under 100 yards in rushing for Baylor to keep that streak alive.
Sure. Yeah, anytime you go 3 straight games under 200 yards. Look at Brandon Shelby work his way through a block. We only have a one-man pressure on this, so we had a return on. But Brandon Shelby, if you watch him, he's going to work his way through, past the center, past the first protector, and still gets a good piece of the ball. Great play by Brandon. He's always making plays.
So you have one guy that's free to go try to make a play.
Just to make sure that their timing's correct and force the punt, or that, you know, they don't try and pull it down and run. So, but he did an excellent job to block it. Look at Teddy Lehman.
Wow.
Runs through the blocker and then still makes a great tackle. It's a great isolation. You see him punch through the blocker and then still gets in there and makes a strong tackle. Good physical play. Tommy Harris pressuring, and there they just beat us off of a man coverage there for a little bit and come back for the ball. Good execution by Baylor there. Look at Derek Strait, almost makes a tackle in the backfield. Did a nice job making it go flat and outside, though.
Tommy Harris, 15, 20 yards downfield.
Yeah, he hustles. He's an excellent player. 2nd and 34, and good defense. There's Rodney Poole, and good penetration. Keep making him go sideways. And look at Gayron Allen again now, still really playing well.
Yeah, how well? How do you think he played?
Yeah, he really played well. He had a nice game.
There's Rodney Poole. We saw the highlight earlier.
Trying to work back inside. He started to cut across everybody, but nice job by Rodney cutting him off.
No score in the third. Sooners go into the fourth leading 34-3. Fourth quarter, Sooners have it, 1st and 10 at the 20. Kevon goes for 3.
Out here to Travis Wilson. Good strong runner with the ball. Travis is a big guy, big receiver. Got excellent speed. He does a nice job when he has his hands on the ball here of running strong.
You've liked him for a long time, just a guy who can do a little bit of everything?
Yes, a big target, 6'3", about 216, 17 pounds for a receiver is good.
Yeah.
Here again, Jason, they just covered, not able to throw it and just forced to eat the football. Good throw there to Travis Wilson inside.
Getting a lot of blitzing about this part of the game, aren't you?
Yeah.
Speaking of.
Here we leave a guy free off the corner who, again, that's, just not able to get the ball off. And sometimes whether it's a protection breakdown, other times Jason has to, knows that certain guy's free, and if he doesn't have, time to go to his immediate receiver, then he's forced to eat it. Here, Larry Burdine knocks the ball out there towards the end of the play, and Matt McCoy's right there. He's already had an interception, but picks this one up. You see right there, right in there, Gayron hits him, and then see Larry Burdine coming, hustling in, knocks it out, and Matt McCoy has the fumble recovery.
So the Sooners take it over with good field position. This will be the last drive we will see during the game. This is one really you're wanting to gain some momentum, aren't you, Bob?
Sure. Just you want to, again, establish some momentum and consistency, through the game and coming into next week. And, guys like, Jason and other people, last week only play a half. We can't go through the second half of the year and not, be playing and be clicking, when your most important game's coming up with Texas Tech and then a Big 12 championship game. Good play action here, faking the run, catch Mark on an over route, over the top.
Bob, that wasn't the first read when it didn't appear. It looked like Jason came back to him.
He has a choice from the deeper post route with that, and Mark was a little more open. It was a good run. We ran the ball probably better the times we did. The sacks take away, negative yards take away from the rushing and all, and we didn't emphasize the running game as much as we have been and probably should have. So that's something that we'll continue to always have with us.
41-3 the final, and Guy Morris, the coach. Words with him. That touchdown run was actually a really good play by Kevon. It looked like he knew exactly where he was going, knew not to go east and west.
Good patience, waited for it to open inside, and then he hammered it up inside and ran through it, a guy enough to get the ball through the, into the end zone. So it was good. It's a good, solid win. Anytime you win, put yourself in a position to be 11-0, and now facing our last regular season game going down to Texas Tech. And then looking towards a Big 12 championship as well. So there's a lot in front of us, and excited about it. And the players in the locker room, though, were really just kind of ho-hum, just kind of relaxed about it because, again, I think they understand there's a big one coming up here this week.
As well as you, Coach, and your staff, and your guys are focused. You made a good point to start with. The first half was really a good job. Sometimes it's just almost impossible, isn't it, to maintain for every game of the season that same level of intensity?
Well, I don't know. I think the intensity's there as you saw us start. I think what gets hard sometimes is it's not, you're not going to be perfect through an entire game, every game. Some games you just, a little bit off, or just a little bit of pressure, or you miss a block, and that's all it takes sometimes, you're not going to, again, everything doesn't go just perfect all the time. But it's still a very good, when you play defense and you don't allow touchdowns and under 200 yards, when you can put up 24 points in a first quarter and 34 in a first half, those are good. You're playing well when you have to. And so, again, there's still a lot out there in front of us that we need to continue to pursue. Unlike everybody that wants to tell us it's already there for us, we know it isn't, and going to keep going after it.
And one of the teams out there, of course, the next one could be a wild one, Oklahoma and Texas Tech. We'll talk about the Red Raiders when we return. Now for this week's OG&E Power Play of the Game.
5-step drop, great protection, plenty of time, throws a long pass down the middle for Clayton. He touchdown Oklahoma. Tremendous catch. He out-jumped the intended defensive player, Willie Andrews, who's 5'10". Clayton is 5'11", but he jumped at it, goal line, made the catch, in for the touchdown, a 47-yard bomb. Wow.
Been a bomb. OG&E, power at the speed of life. Mike Leach, Texas Tech in Lubbock.
Again, we played Tech every year. We've played Mike a number of times, and so we both have a feel for each other and our teams. It'll be exciting. They do an excellent job down there. I think Mike has done an incredible job again this year, and so it's exciting. I think how a lot of teams reassess goals part way or towards the end of the season. We have to add to our goals now, having accomplished so many now that we're in a position to remain undefeated and pursue a national championship. So this game becomes really the most important game of the year right now for us.
Well, congratulations. It's been great, and good luck next week.
Thanks, Dean.
Good problems to have, good challenges to have. That's the show. Join us next week.
Sooner Football 2000. This has been a Sooner Vision presentation for the Sooner Sports Network in cooperation with Sooner Sports Properties.